Bill Landis, Doug Maurice. If Ryan Day was also standing here with us as the third member of the group today, what would the three of us have in common, Bill Landis?
We've never been a head coach.
No, I was going to say all incredibly handsome. But
we've also spent time in and around the city of Philadelphia.
that is true. Have you been to New Hampshire ever?
No.
Okay, Ryan Day and I have been to New Hampshire, so we're cooler than you. Ryan Day has never been a head coach before. He was a head coach for the first time on Friday when Ohio State opened practice, and he opened it as the fill-in coach while Urban Meyer is on paid administrative leave. What do you think of that? Especially because there are other people in this building who have been head coaches before, one of them in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm interested in sort of the breakdown of responsibilities at the moment. Ryan Day has the title of acting head coach. I have no idea if he's addressed the entire team like as the head coach. I don't know if it's split up and it's like he has the offense with Kevin Wilson and Greg Schiano is the head coach of the defense. It's like some of the stuff we talked about before all this happened when Greg Schiano got promoted to defensive coordinator. Like he is like the head coach of the defense. But I don't know if they're splitting things up that way. And it's just an interesting sort of, I don't know, kind of character study of Ryan Day, I guess. Like how do you handle this when you've never done it before? Like how does he just jump right in and like I'm the guy and everyone's listening to me and we're doing things my way, like under the guise of what Urban has built here? Is he trying to do things any differently because technically it's his program to run at the moment? And meanwhile, Kevin Wilson and Greg Schiano are around here, two guys who have a big presence themselves, have been head coaches at other programs. Greg Schiano very successfully so at the college level. There's a lot of things for Ryan Day to balance, and I can't imagine the last few days have been particularly easy for him to sort of navigate.
When we have been at the first day of practice, we watch little tidbits, mostly stretching. But usually what we do watch is Urban Meyer gathering the team, and everybody gets around him, kneel, stand up, a little bit of this, like that. You're Urban Meyer. I'm assuming Ryan Day had to do that. And Ryan Day certainly had to stand in front of that team and give. And that's when Urban Meyer says, we're going to get. Don't you think Ryan Day had to give that speech?
I think so, yeah. But does he strike you as one to give that speech? From what we know about him at the moment.
I don't care how it strikes me. I think he's got to give it.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is you were mimicking stretching and being on a knee. Is like I also like when they were going through the stretching line, just sort of like watching Urban like meander through the group and like see who he stops to talk to, like which group in particular he's standing like this and surveying like in a very like. Did Ryan Day do that, or did Ryan Day just hang out with the quarterbacks?
I think he had to do that. I think Ryan Day has not done that before. Ryan Day wants to be a head coach. Everybody thinks Ryan Day will be a head coach. I think Ryan Day has mentally been preparing himself to do that, and I think he had to make himself do that today. That's what this program needs. And that's the thing. Luke Fickell had to step in and do that. Luke Fickell had been preparing himself to be a head coach when he stepped in 2011. Now, did he do a perfect job of it? No, he didn't do a perfect job of it. And that's the thing. These guys are learning on the fly, and I think Luke Fickell learned a lot that year. So I don't think Ryan Day did not get out there today, and he was an Urban Meyer. But he had to try to be. So of the Ryan Day that we do know, just give people a tiny snippet. I'm going to get on my knee and listen. Give people a tiny snippet of when we interact with Ryan Day, how he talks to us, how we've seen him talk to his quarterbacks in practice. What kind of guy would you say he is?
He's definitely a sharp guy. I think he's a teacher. I think we've learned that from talking with the quarterbacks he just coached over the last year. He doesn't have the presence of Urban, but I think only one other person or two other people in college football do. You earn that with winning national championships. But I don't know how much of like a rah-rah duty is, and Urban is certainly that. And Urban is a motivator and a leader, and I think Ryan Day can be that and wants to be that, but I don't think he has had to be that yet, and he had to be that today. So it's just interesting, the sort of the switch he had to flip. Definitely a smart guy and can definitely coach, but being able to coach and being able to lead an entire program are different things.
Urban Meyer likes that so much. When I asked him about it last year, he said he likes the motivational stuff better than the X and O game planning stuff. That's why he surrounds himself with guys like Kevin Wilson and Ryan Day who are good at the X and O stuff. But right now, what Ohio State needs, they need somebody when they get down and look up that someone is standing in that circle that they can believe in. And he had to say something, and Ohio State needed him to say the right thing. We'll see how that works out. Bill Landis, Doug Maurice, here at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. We'll continue the coverage of everything related to Ohio State football. Please read, watch, listen to Buckeye Talk, everything from cleveland.com.